let's resume the session, children. Sorry for the interruption. So what I was telling you was the highlighted words meet, met and will meet, which are telling us that something is changing with the form of the word that has been changed and used. Actually, here the verb is in the first form, here the verb is in second form, and here with the use of word will, the verb is in its future tense or future form. This action will take place next week. Here the action has already taken place last week, and here the action is happening now. So based on your verbs, we have three tenses here. First one, this meet shows you the present time and hence it is termed as present tense. Here met is the verb's second form. I have written here V2. This form or this way of writing you have already done in your previous class with V1, V2 and V3, that is three forms of the verb. So this is showing the past time and hence it is called the past tense. And here with the use of the verb will, the verb is will meet, it shows the future time. It is telling you the action that will happen in the time to come, and that is how it is said to be in future tense. So children, basically there are three types of tenses: present, past, future. Sometimes it is very easy to identify in a sentence which tense it is because the words today, yesterday or tomorrow is written there. But at times, or you can say as you go in higher classes, you must get used to identifying the tense by seeing the verb that has been used in the sentence. For example, if I say Mohit runs fast, so run is my verb here. It is used with an S, and a verb is used with an S only in the present tense. As you can see here, I have written V1, and V1 with S or ES comes in the category of present tense. V2, that is verbs the second form, such as the words met, gave, they are in the category of past tense. And any verb action word with the words like will or shall will be termed as the verbs in future tense. So as you will be doing and taking up the chapter or this topic further, you will be identifying the tense of the sentence by focusing on the verbs that have been used in the sentence. Now the question is, how will you be able to identify the verb in a sentence? As I said earlier also, you need to be familiar and clear with the topic verbs, especially the action part, or you can say the function of identifying an action in a sentence it plays, and that is how, if you are able to locate it, then you have to focus on which form of verb has been used in the sentence. If your verb is in first form or it has an S or ES added to it, for example, go, goes, run, runs, eat, eats, then the verb will be said to be in present tense. If it is in its second form, example was, or, ran, ate, fought, then it is said to be in past tense. And if you come across a verb with shall and will, that means shall and will is used in the beginning and then V1 is added to it, then the verb is said to be in the future tense. However, you have to remember here point 3, that is on page 55. Earlier it was a rule to use shall with I and we. However, this rule is gradually being you can say declined or not in use. You are free to use will with I and we. Now in this part of the chapter, page 55, you will observe that three headings have been given: simple present tense, simple past tense, simple future tense. As I said about the three forms of verb, the first column is of V1, that is verb first form. Second column is of V2, that is second form of the verb. And the third column here, it is given for future tense. As we will be taking up this topic further, I'll make you write here V3 also, that is verb third form. For the time being, you have to learn only these three forms, and what you have to take care is that look at the word being or verb being used here. It is break here. Then this one is calls. Here it is come. Again here it is catches. So I will stress on the point that all the verbs or the action words which are without S or with S. I cannot say without S because here you might say that broke is also without S. But so to put it in a better form, the verb which is in its basic form, and if there is an S or ES added to it, then it is said to be in its simple present tense. The second form of the verb you have to learn. Some of these you are already familiar with, and there might be some certain words which you have to learn. So what is your homework to is that you have to write V1, V2, will plus V1 here. This means verb's first form, this means verb second form, and this is a future tense structure. Simple future tense structure that you will use the verb V1 with will. Will plus V1 will make simple future tense. So you may read these words I, we, you, or you may simply ignore them. I have put the word in both the forms. Here it is given with S. I have used here without S also. So you have to remember it that you need to know what is V1, what is V2 when I use these words, and V3 I will be telling you later on. For the time being, as the chapter is about only present, past and future tenses, you need to focus on these three parts. And you have to write here learn also. You will learn the three structures: break, broke, will break. This way you will learn, so that whenever you get a fill in the blank form kind of question to fill the blank with the present tense or simple past tense or simple, you know how you have to use these words. Let's see what is on the next page. Write these headings here also: V1, V2, simple future with the will plus V1. So you have to learn these. Then comes on the next page the question related to the content we have studied for this session. Underline the verbs in these sentences. Write sentence number in appropriate columns. An owl lived in the hole of the tree. Now look for the verb, and mind it, we have to focus on the action word, and there might be other also denoting being and possession. So when it comes, we'll see to that also, but the first focus should be on the action word because that is very easy to locate. So an owl lived is the verb here. This is the action being done by the owl, and as it is in ed form, so which category it falls in? It falls in the category of past tense. I have to write here number 1. My father will help you. If you remember, future tense starts with will, and help is the action word. So will help is my verb, and if you remember, we have done in chapter 18, a verb may be one word, two words, or more than two words. So will help is the future tense, and I will write here number 2. Snow White was a very beautiful girl. Now there is no action word. It is about, if you remember, it is a verb denoting a being. Second function of the verb done in chapter 18. So was is the verb here, and that is past tense. Number of this sentence is 3. Likewise, children, you will look for the verbs here and place the correct number under the correct heading. The next question reads, underline the verbs in the following passage. Write below any 4 verbs of each kind. Now, as it is a paragraph, you may come across a verb, same verb 2-3 times. So we will be underlining all, whether it is coming for the first time or for more than 1, 2, 3 times. And out of those, we have to choose any 4 according to the category or the heading they fall into, present, past, or future. So let's start. Jasleen put on her coat. Now what does she do? She puts on. Puts on means she wears it. So put is the action word. And scarf, and came out. Action of coming out is mentioned here. There was a strong chilly wind. Verb is was, and it was very cold. Now this was is already marked. Was is coming again here. We will underline, but while writing we will write it only once. She came near. Now again this word came is here. So question reads, underline the verbs in the following. We will underline all the verbs as many times they are coming here. She came near a tree which had no leaves. Now this is belonging. The tree had no leaves. So here we can come across, we can revise chapter 18 also, the action, verb showing the action, then the verb denotes the being, and the verb showing belongingness or possession. So accordingly I'll put it. Let's check for this paragraph. Put is without s here, basic form of or the root form of the verb it is, so I will write put here. Next came. Okay, Jasleen put on her coat and scarf and came out. There was a strong, actually children, the passage is this passage is in past tense, so actually put word which has been used here, put has all the 3 forms same, only put and will put. There is no change in the word, so it comes in past tense also, but according to the sentence we are talking about yesterday or not today, you can say, if not yesterday also, but not about today. So this put is actually in past form according to the passage given here, but as I said, put has no change in its form. It is put and will put. Even the third form of put is put only. There is no word like putted or put. So this put can be placed here past tense, because the sentence is coming with the second form, came out. So I'll be erasing it, or I'll cross it. You simply erase it. Put it here. Came past tense. If you can recall, it is come, came. So came here. Then was again past tense, and had is again past tense. So four past tenses over. You can go for as you will read further. Why are you so bare now? She asked. Are is my verb here. Asked is my verb here. So are comes in the for the present tense. Likewise, you will underline further, and after underlining all, you may choose or pick any 4 and place it in the right category. So children, this A, B, C, D. This part, and this is your homework. Do it nicely. If you've not understood the topic, listen to the video and watch it again, and then only take up the homework part. Thank you, children. Have a nice day.